Hey, welcome back to Old Booger Bears Barbecue. My name is David Taylor. We got some smoked chicken wings here. It's game day. We're going to take you through a cook on some smoked chicken wings. Show you how we do it. See if we can watch Ole Miss whoop some butt today. We got chicken wings. We cook some rotel. We're going to have a big feast later on while some of the games is going on. We're going to take you through that cook. Stay with us and we'll show you how we do it. Alright, we got some chicken wings here for game day. SEC Saturday. We'll cook them up, make them delicious. We got these wings here from my buddy Ramon's Meat Market, and he was kind enough to help us out with those. There's some good looking wings too. We're not going to overthink these things. A lot of people overseason chicken. We're not going to do that. We want to just put a light coat of a couple of seasonings on them, get them on the smoker, and then we'll sauce them up later. Or you know what, we may not even sauce them. We may just dip them in something really good. But that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is, I done picked up the wrong one. Dadgummit. Here we go. Meat Church's The Gospel. The Holy Gospel. Barbecue rub. It's got a little salt content to it. It's really good. And we're not going to go heavy on these. We're just going to put a light dusting on them. We don't want to overthink it. Just like that. And then we're going to come back with my buddy Heath Rouse chicken rub. Heath Rouse makes some great product, man. We've done a lot of stuff with his stuff. A lot of stuff with his seasonings. And that's all we're going to do to these before we get them on the grill. We're going to flip them over and do the exact same thing to the other side. And ain't gonna do a whole lot to them. We're gonna get them in some smoke, and I'll show you what I'm using out there when we start smoking. But we're gonna put them in some applewood smoke today. They're gonna be fit to eat. As Justin Wilson say, I guarantee it. Said that seasoning, it puts a little seasoning on there and it puts a little flavor to it, but that smoke's gonna do most of it when we get it on there. And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm gonna enjoy. Now keep in mind, you don't have to do the same thing I do. If you got your favorite seasoning, use it on there. Biggest thing is, like I said, that smoke flavor that we want to put on these things and get them good and smoky. Again, the Holy Gospel by Meat Church. We're just gonna go light on it, not too heavy. And we'll touch them up a little bit later on if we see a naked spot. That ain't no problem. Heath Rouse chicken rub going on. And I'm gonna tell you about everything Heath Rouse does. It's got a good color to it, makes it look good. So not only does it taste good, but it looks good. We're gonna let these hang out for about 15 minutes and get them out there on the smoker, and we'll show you how we put them on there in a few minutes. And of course, you can't have wings without some rotel, and we'll show you what that looks like. We just got it started a few minutes ago, but it's gonna be a good eating night on game day here on Saturday. We'll be right back with you in a minute. Alright, so we're back outside, or we're just now outside. The first time you guys are seeing us outside. We got the Char-Griller XD Grand Champ fired up. She's running right at 300 degrees. And we're gonna put these chicken wings in some smoke. Now, we got a few slabs of ribs up there that we're doing some test runs on to see if we like some new seasonings that we got out there. Now on these XDs, they run a little warmer up on the top than they do on the bottom rack. So we'll rotate some of these down as we go along. We'll show you how we do that, but we're just gonna kind of spread this chicken, give it room for that smoke to kind of go up and in between and all around, and make sure it all gets covered with some good smoke. Said this is chicken, we don't have to overthink it by a lot. We definitely want to make sure it all gets some good smoke on it. The grill's kind of hot. When you get close to that firebox right there, it'll burn you up if you ain't careful. It won't be the first time. Probably ain't gonna be the last. Now we got that chicken on there, we got her going. We're gonna come back in a little while and flip it over, and then we'll probably flip it 2 or 3 times, and I might even spritz it with a little bit of apple juice in a few minutes, and we'll show you how we do that. We're going to look for an internal temp on these things. It's about 175 is where we want it. You don't ever want to undercook chicken. You make somebody sick, somebody close to you, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to use a meat probe, a thermometer in them, and when it gets to a 175 is about the time we want to pull them off. So we'll show you that as we go along, but it's going to be a long night. Stay with us and we'll take you through this cook. Alright, before we go any further, I want to take a few minutes out to give some thank yous and talk to you about a few things. Doxycom Global, Sydney Wilson and Derek Downing, they've been a big help to us. Ajinomoto Foods, Tom Eckenrose, the ringleader there, who's been a great help to us in a lot of competitions over the past few years. Ramon's Meat Market, who gives us some of the best meat that you can buy out there, and some of the best looking meat, some of the best cuts of meat. So we just left a Bartlett, Tennessee barbecue festival. We did 10th place call in ribs. We had a 5th place call in pulled pork, and we ended up 6th overall. And with these guys' support and what they do with us, it allows us to do this month after month and do these competitions. So I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you. I also want to thank Rusco Packaging for coming on board with Old Booger Bears Barbecue. John's been a great help, and they're going to help us out with some competitions in the future. So I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you. So the next thank you I want to give is to the first responders. I want to give a big shout out to these guys out here that's working on the front lines, the nurses, the cops, the firemen, the policemen, the sheriff's department. So not only are these guys on the front line every day, but these guys are at these competitions keeping us safe. They're at these fairs, they're at the parks, they're at just about every event making sure everybody's safe, and I want to give a big thank you to them. So what we have is we've started a GoFundMe page for first responders, and what we're doing is we're raising money, and around the Christmas holiday we're going to set up and we're going to serve barbecue to the first responders, and with your guys' help we could serve more and more. So there'll be a link up there for you to click on, go on there and donate and give back to the first responders that give back to us every day. And let's get them fed during these holidays when we're at home warm and safe, and they're the reason for it. They're out working every day while we're celebrating holidays. So let's give them a big thank you by feeding them and giving them some good food while they're out there working. So I want to say thank you to the first responders. We appreciate everything you do, and we're going to get back to the video. Alright, so we got our smoked wings off the grill. They've been smoking for about an hour and a half on the Char-Griller XD Grand Champ. Well, let's kind of recap on what we did. We used some of Meat Church's Deep Gospel, sprinkled a little bit on it, and we came back with some Heath Rouse chicken rub. Put it on the smoker. We used some applewood wood chunks in the smoker, and look at the color on them. Turned out awesome. We got a little bit of Rotel and chips to go with it, cheese dip. And I've got some buffalo wing sauce mixed with some ranch dressing. Now you can use whatever kind of buffalo sauce you want, or just barbecue sauce is fine. But I like to use buffalo wing sauce, and I like to mix a little ranch dressing into it for a dipping sauce. And it turns out pretty good to me, and I think that's my favorite way out of all of them to eat chicken wings. But let's look at the size of those wings that we got from Ramon's Meat Market. They are awesome, and they just come right apart just like that. And we're gonna take a little chunk of it and dip it in that sauce. That's fit to eat. And you can't have chicken wings without a little bit of this cheese dip, or at least I don't think you can anyway. That's pretty good stuff right there. But if you like sports, and you do like I do and watch SEC football every weekend, or NASCAR, or MMA, or all the other sports that I love to watch, this is something quick and easy. You can put them on the smoker and get them smoked up in about an hour and a half and have something good. Have something all your friends can enjoy. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button. We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us.